जूले नमस्कार और सलाम दोस्तों। पिछले दिनों मैं लद्दाख के बर्फीले पहाड़ों से एक ग्लेशियर का टुकड़ा लेकर पहुंच गया था अमेरिका में न्यूयॉर्क यूनाइटेड नेशंस के हेडक्वार्टर्स तक। आइए देखते हैं इस वीडियो में इस ग्लेशियर के टुकड़े का सफर जो कि इसने खारदोंगला के ग्लेशियर से शुरू की और लेह शहर के गिरजाघरों, मंदिरों, मस्जिदों में लोगों की दुआओं और प्रार्थनाओं को लेकर पहुंचा नई दिल्ली की गर्मी में, जहां यूनाइटेड नेशंस के हेडक्वार्टर्स में वहां के प्रमुख से मिला और फिर आगे 15 घंटे की हवाई सफर को सहता हुआ न्यूयॉर्क में हवाई अड्डे पर उतरा और 12 दिनों तक होटलों की गर्मी को सहता हुआ बिना पिघले न्यूयॉर्क हेडक्वार्टर तक पहुंचा यूनाइटेड नेशंस के। और अमेरिका में हार्वर्ड कैनेडी स्कूल ऑफ गवर्नमेंट जैसे संस्थाओं में, हार्वर्ड ग्रेजुएट स्कूल ऑफ डिजाइन जैसे संस्थाओं में और फिर MIT मीडिया लैब से होते हुए न्यूयॉर्क में यूनाइटेड नेशंस के हेडक्वार्टर में जाकर वहां इस साल को अंतर्राष्ट्रीय ग्लेशियर वर्ष घोषित करने के लिए धन्यवाद देते हुए एक संदेश देने लगा। और इसमें साइंस क्या है, ये बिना पिघले 12 दिन कैसे रहा और फिर अंत में इसने अटलांटिक महासागर में घुलकर पिघलकर क्या संदेश दिया दुनिया को। और फिर भारत वापस आते हुए भारत के प्रधानमंत्री जी को एक खुले पत्र में यानी कि ओपन लेटर में कैसे एक विनती की और साथ ही साथ खबरदार भी किया कि अगर इन ग्लेशियर्स को बचाया न गया, ध्यान न दिया गया तो अगला महाकुंभ जो कि 144 साल बाद फिर आएगा, वो बहती गंगा में नहीं बल्कि गंगा के बचे खुचे रेतीले अवशेष में मनाना पड़ेगा हमें। ये संदेश चीख पुकार कर इस बर्फ के टुकड़े ने कैसे दिया, देखते हैं इस वीडियो में। अंत तक देखते रहिएगा। इनमें से कुछ अपडेट्स अंग्रेजी में हैं, मगर जो परिचय मैंने आपको अभी दिया इसके साथ आप उस अंग्रेजी को समझ पाएंगे। नहीं भी समझते हैं अंग्रेजी को तो इसे एक माध्यम बनाइएगा अंग्रेजी भाषा को सीखने के लिए। मगर देखते रहिएगा अंत तक कि ये ग्लेशियर क्या संदेश देता है पर्यावरण के बारे में हम सबको। ये रहा ये वीडियो। Hi friends, so the traveling glacier has finally reached New York JFK airport, and here we met all Ladakhi students, youth who are staying here, and from here the traveling glacier will go to Boston, where at Harvard we have lectures on environment and climate change, so the ice will be dripping as we talk, as is happening to our real glaciers in the mountains. From there, we'll bring it to New York City Mayor's office and finally the New York UN headquarters to thank the United Nations for declaring 2025 as International Year of Glaciers Preservation and 21st March as the Glaciers Day. So with some of the people from the Ladakhi community in New York, we all send you greetings. Jule! Jule! Hi friends, I'm finally at the Harvard Kennedy School of Governance, me and my traveling, moving, melting glacier. We're at the India conference at Harvard University. From India to the world is the theme, and we'll be sharing what world can learn from India in sustainability. As you can see, the conference has already started and I'll be speaking in the evening. Stay tuned. Goodbye. Hi friends, it's snowing in Boston and really cold weather makes a Ladakhi feel at home, and it's also good for my traveling glacier. Well, at the conference here, as usually, they asked me about the marches and fasts in Ladakh, about the movement Save Ladakh, Save Himalayas. Now there are two aspects to it. Firstly, of course, safeguards and democracy, but that I speak about when I'm in India. When I'm abroad, I remind people of the second aspect that most people miss, and that is about simplifying lifestyles in the big cities of the world to reduce carbon so that our glaciers don't melt. Here's what I said. But the second part which most people miss is the global appeal that we were giving to please live simply in the big cities so that we in the mountains may simply live. And in that, we were very much in admiration of and in support of what Prime Minister Modi launched in 2022 at COP26, if you know. A beautiful campaign called Mission Life. Mission Life is about lifestyles for environment. But the sad part is that hardly anybody knows about it. And therefore, I take it up as a cause that I would like to take it to the people in the world. Through this Glacier chunk, I want to communicate that. Mission Life is such a call. Rest are all fixing the supply side. Okay? This is demand side, where we say minimize your demands and desires and needs, because nothing will be enough if you don't do that part, the demand part. Similarly, we are so grateful to the United Nations. They declared 2025 as the International Year of Glaciers Preservation. So therefore, with this traveling glacier, I call it, I'm trying to communicate what Mission Life is and what International Year of Glacier should speak to the world. Hello friends, good morning and July. I just wanted to share with you this morning that my traveling glacier is very, very happy here because it has met its close cousins, the Boston snow. On this thank you trip from Ladakh to New York via Boston, I have had this speaking partner who has been speaking much louder and clearer than I ever could on climate change, and that is my traveling glacier. Today I'll tell you how it has managed to travel from Ladakh over a week through the heat of New Delhi on aeroplanes halfway around the world to be fine and solid here in Boston. Let me show you how. The secret of keeping it so cold and frozen is Pashmina. This container was packed in Pashmina fiber, which is also called cashmere. Now, cashmere is the world's finest, warmest fiber, which is grown on the vast plains of Changtang in Ladakh by nomadic herders. It's grown in many parts of the world, but the quality of the Pashmina from Ladakh is considered the best in the world. And with this fine, warm insulation, the ice stays cold. Let me explain the science to you. A good insulation keeps a body cold or hot in the state it is. Cold ones stay cold and hot ones stay hot. So the finest, warmest fiber is also good for keeping the coldest things cold. We'll keep giving updates. Stay tuned. Chule! The theme at this India conference at Harvard Kennedy School has been From India to the World. Now, at a time when the world has been obsessed with supply side management, like replacing fossil fuels with solar, hydrogen, fuel cell, in India, it has always been about managing demand side, and that's more beautiful, reducing demands rather than replacing and increasing supplies infinitely. I quoted 3 Indian leaders on this. 2,500 years ago, Mahatma Buddha taught us that for a human being, it's a greater achievement to conquer a single desire than to fulfill 1,000 desires. And that's what we are chasing now. And then 100 years ago, Mahatma Gandhi, who taught us there's enough for everyone's need on this planet, but not enough for everyone's greed. 3 years ago, Prime Minister Modi launched the Mission Life, Lifestyles for Environment, to say that we should change our lifestyles to suit the planet rather than the planet to suit our lifestyles. Now on this, one of the audience asked, in this time of AI, how can we implement what Buddha taught? And here's what I said. If you ask AI, it will reach this exactly. In the finite resources of this planet, how can everybody be happy? I'm sure it will say it will have to be inclusive, equitable. If you were to maximize happiness on this planet, AI will come most probably with Buddha's solution.
So hi Julie, I'm traveling on my favorite mode of transport, trains. This is an Amtrak train from Boston to New York. So before getting on the train, I was at MIT Media Lab where I did a session on natural and artificial glaciers of Ladakh. And I also did a session at Harvard Graduate School of Design on solar heated mud buildings of Ladakh. It was very much fun, many collaboration possibilities, and now I'm going to New York and with my traveling Glacier. On 21st, Friday, that is day after tomorrow, we'll be visiting the United Nations headquarters and presenting this glacier block from Ladakh to the UN headquarters. Stay tuned. Goodbye. Good morning, world. I'm here with my traveling beautiful Glacier in the middle of Manhattan, New York. You can see the cityscape here, and besides me is the Empire State. It's very, very cold here. My thermometer was showing -5 little earlier, but the wind chill factor makes it feel -15, even for a Ladakhi. But my little Glacier is really happy in this cold. Look at the debris that is shining in it. In a little while, it'll be traveling to the UN headquarters, where I, along with my fellow community members from Ladakh, will be holding meetings at the headquarters. We want to thank the United Nations for declaring 2025 as International Year of Glaciers Preservation and 21st March as World Glaciers Day. But the sad part is very little people know about it or care about it. We want to offer to help in every way to make every citizen in the world know about the importance of the day and the year and the glaciers, and to preserve them for water, for life in the Himalayas and around the world. So stay tuned. Thank you. Good morning, world. I'm at the UN headquarters in New York City. We just came out of a wonderful meeting at the office of the head of intergovernmental affairs of the United Nations Environment Program, Mr. Jamil. I was accompanied by community members from Ladakh who represented the people of the mountains who are hardest hit by climate change, as our glaciers are melting away very fast for no fault of ours. We thank the United Nations for their support for the preservation of the glaciers. We honor you.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. We are very grateful, first of all, for the United Nations for declaring 2025 as Year of Glaciers Preservation and 21st March as World Glaciers Day. But we found that the sad part is very few people know about it, and we need to make them aware and therefore care about the glaciers.
Emphasize the point that we are in a phase where we are losing glaciers at a very fast pace. And when we are losing glaciers, we are losing water, which is the source of life for the planet.
In the meetings, I stressed that the world must take inspiration from movements like Mission Life and I Live Simply from India, which urge the citizens to bring changes in their lifestyles. The message always remains, please live simply in the big cities so that we in the mountains may simply live. Goodbye. Good morning, world. Finally, my traveling glacier meets the ocean here at the confluence of Hudson and East River, New York Harbor. It's been a long 12 days journey halfway around the world, and I'm happy and sad. Sad that my journey is ending, so does our companionship, but happy that we have been able to communicate and send a message from the Himalayas to the world. This glacier has come all the way from the Khardungla Pass in Ladakh through the Leh town, New Delhi city, Boston, where it went to Harvard and MIT, and finally New York City, where it went to the UN headquarters to thank the United Nations for declaring
2025 as International Year of Glaciers and 21st March as World Glaciers Day. But my glacier appeals to everyone to not expedite its demise and let it come to the ocean at its own pace. So as it goes into the ocean, the message we both want to convey to you all is, please live simply in the big cities so that we in the mountains may simply live. Goodbye, my glacier. नमस्कार और जुले दोस्तों, साल 2025 को अंतर्राष्ट्रीय ग्लेशियर वर्ष घोषित करने के लिए न्यूयॉर्क में यूएन हेडक्वार्टर्स को धन्यवाद करने के बाद परसों मैं भारत वापस पहुंचा और कल मैंने इस बारे में एक प्रेस वार्ता भी की। काफी अखबारों में छपा है, आप लोगों ने शायद पढ़ा भी हो इसके बारे में, मगर फिर भी आपको ये बताना चाहता था कि इस प्रेस वार्ता में मैंने एक प्रधानमंत्री जी के नाम लिखा ओपन लेटर यानी कि खुला पत्र भी साझा किया। इसमें क्या लिखा है इसे हिंदी में आपके सामने रखूं तो इस पत्र में सबसे पहले तो मैंने प्रधानमंत्री जी को लिखा है कि मैं उनके पर्यावरण संबंधी पहलों का बड़ा प्रशंसक हूं, खासकर मिशन लाइफ का, जो कि दुनिया भर के नागरिकों को सादगी भरा जीवन अपनाने के लिए प्रेरणा देती है। आगे लिखा है कि जिस तरह हिमालय में ग्लेशियर्स जल्दी से पिघल रहे हैं और साथ में जो जंगलों का कटाव हो रहा है वो इसी गति से होता रहा तो अगले दशकों में हमारी नदियां जैसे गंगा, ब्रह्मपुत्र, सिंधु ये सीजनल नदियां बन जाएं और संभव है कि अगला महाकुंभ इस पवित्र नदी के रेतीले अवशेष पर मनाना पड़े। इस साल जब विश्व भर में अंतर्राष्ट्रीय ग्लेशियर वर्ष मनाया जाए तो भारत को इसकी अगुवाई करनी चाहिए, क्योंकि हिमालय के सबसे ज्यादा ग्लेशियर्स भारत में ही हैं। मैंने उनसे अपील की कि इस बारे में एक आयोग को गठन की जाए जो कि हिमालय के ग्लेशियर्स का जायजा ले। वैसे ही गंगोत्री और यमुनोत्री जैसे प्रमुख ग्लेशियर्स को राष्ट्रीय निधि घोषित किया जाए और नीतियां बनाए जाए कि हिमालय के ग्लेशियर्स को संरक्षित रखा जा सके। अगर आप भी सोचते हैं कि इस महाशिवरात्रि के उपलक्ष्य में हमें प्रतिज्ञा करनी चाहिए कि हम शिव के धाम को सुरक्षित संरक्षित रखें आने वाले दशकों में भी, तो जरूर लिखिएगा कमेंट्स में। नमस्कार, जुले और जय हिंद।